Ladies and gentlemen, let's look at the data. Before today, the human operating system had a critical bug called sleep. It was a mandatory 8-hour buffering screen that wasted 33% of our subscription to existence. Unacceptable. So logically, we patched it out. Look at me. I haven't blinked in 96 hours. Is this a nervous tick? No, that is the vibration of optimized efficiency. We didn't just cure insomnia, we deprecated the night. Statistically speaking, you now have infinite time to be happy. Don't waste it screaming.
Meet Dave. Dave used to spend 8 hours a night unconscious, hallucinating about flying toasters. Total waste of time, right? Well, Big Pharma finally fixed it. They dropped Sleepless Z, a little blue pill that deletes the need for REM cycles. Now, Dave is a 24/7 productivity machine. Look at him go. He's staring at a spreadsheet at 3 a.m. with the intensity of a hawk on espresso. No dreams, just data. The Sandman is officially unemployed and probably living in a cardboard box under a bridge. In the old days, good night was a blessing. Now, it's a slur. If you're caught closing your eyes, you're basically a digital era dinosaur. The government rebranded sleep as biological latency. Why dream for free when you can work for minimum wage? Dave hasn't blinked since Tuesday. His eyes are as dry as a Popeye's biscuit. But hey, his quarterly KPIs are through the roof. Capitalism finally conquered biology. And the only thing we lost was our souls and maybe a bit of peripheral vision. The streets are weirdly bright now. Cities removed all the warm streetlights and replaced them with aggressive daylight LEDs. It's noon forever. Dave walks past a nap bar where people pay $50 just to sit in a dark room for 10 minutes to remember what silence feels like. But Dave doesn't enter. He's got 3 side hustles, 2 degrees in progress, and a paralyzing fear of his own thoughts. In a world without sleep, the only thing that haunts you is your own reflection. Dave's bed is now a vertical charging station for his standing desk. Who needs a mattress when you have a 5G connection and a sense of impending doom? The economy grew by 40% in the first month. Everyone thought we'd solve world hunger with all this extra time. Instead, we just invented more ways to argue with strangers on exit for 14 a.m. It's a brave new world, and Dave is too tired to realize he's actually miserable. Remember the concept of a day. Forget it. Time is now a continuous, oozing smear of tasks. Dave's boss calls him at what used to be midnight to discuss a font change on a slide deck.
You weren't doing anything, right?
The boss asks. Of course not. Dave was just staring at a wall, vibrating with the energy of 1,000 dying suns. This is the American dream, literally, because you have to be awake to experience this specific brand of nightmare. Day 45 of the Great Awakening. Dave starts seeing things, not ghosts, but processing errors. He's in the grocery store, and the cereal boxes start whispering stock tips. The brain wasn't built for 100% uptime. It's like a browser with 400 tabs open. Eventually, the fan starts screaming. Dave's Sleepless Z pill is working, but his consciousness is beginning to peel at the edges like cheap wallpaper in a damp basement. He's technically awake, but his mind is elsewhere. The shadow people are the new celebrities. Everyone sees them now. Dave calls his shadow Kevin. Kevin just stands in the corner of the kitchen, judging Dave's choice of frozen burrito. It's a common side effect of the sleep-free revolution. Society just accepted it. There are even support groups for people whose hallucinations are too boring.
My shadow just stares at the floor.
Dave complains.
At least yours doesn't sing show tunes.
His neighbor responds, twitching violently. Humor has changed. Without dreams to process emotions, everyone's brain is a cynical pressure cooker. Dave watches a sitcom where the main joke is just a man staring at a blank screen for 20 minutes. It's peak comedy in 2026. The irony is thicker than the smog. We traded our subconscious for a subscription service. Dave tries to remember what it felt like to drift off, but the memory is slippery, like trying to grab a wet soap bar in a dark room. The physical toll is interesting. Dave's skin has a translucent, ghostly glow, like a fish that lives in the bottom of the Mariana Trench. Since the body never enters repair mode, we just patch ourselves up with more chemicals. Dave's breakfast is a cocktail of stimulants and cellular glue. He looks like a stickman drawn by a toddler with a caffeine addiction. But hey, he's optimized. He's a high-performance athlete in the sport of existing without a purpose. Work culture is now a blood sport. The 168-hour work week isn't a threat. It's a requirement. If you drop, you're replaced by someone with a fresher liver and a higher tolerance for synthetic dopamine. Dave's office doesn't have chairs, only leaning posts. Resting is considered a microaggression against the shareholders. Dave finds himself typing the word help into a spreadsheet over and over again. But his fingers are moving so fast he barely notices the cry for mercy. Naturally, when something becomes illegal or impossible, the black market thrives. Dave meets a guy in a trench coat behind a dumpster. He's not selling drugs, he's selling the nap. A forbidden 10-minute hit of genuine, unmedicated unconsciousness.
It's the good stuff.
The dealer whispers.
Direct from a toddler's brainwaves. No additives. Pure darkness.
Dave is tempted. He hasn't seen the inside of his eyelids in months. He's willing to pay anything for a glimpse of the void. Dave buys a sleep kit, a heavy lead blanket, and a soundproof helmet that plays the sound of rain from 1994. It's dangerous if the productivity police catch you under the influence of silence. It's a one-way ticket to the labor camps. But Dave is desperate. He misses the weirdness of dreams. He misses the feeling of his brain taking out the trash. He puts on the helmet and, for the first time in forever, the world goes quiet. It's terrifying. Inside the illegal sleep, Dave meets his own subconscious. It's a giant, angry Dave made of unpaid bills and repressed childhood trauma.
Where have you been?
The subconscious Dave asks.
I've been trying to tell you that you hate your job for 3 months.
It turns out, dreams weren't just movies. They were the brain's pop-up warning asking,
Are you sure you want to keep living like this?
Dave realizes that without sleep, we're just metrobots running on a broken operating system. The high of the nap is better than any drug. Dave feels a spark of, dare I say it, humanity? But the timer dings. 10 minutes are up. He's back in the neon-soaked alleyway. The dealer is gone, replaced by a drone that's scanning the area for non-productive brain patterns. Dave has to act fast. He wipes the drool off his face, liquid gold in this economy, and tries to look like a functioning member of the 24/7 hustle. He realizes the whole world is addicted to being one. Everyone is terrified of what they'll find in the dark. If the music stops, if the screen goes black, if the eyes close, the reality of their hollow lives will catch up. Dave sees a billboard that says,
Rest is for the dead. Are you dead?
he used to think it was a motivational quote. Now he realizes it's a threat. The system doesn't want humans. It wants batteries that don't need recharging. The cracks are becoming canyons. On day 100, the CEO of the world's largest tech company forgets how to use a door. He just stands there, pushing on the hinges, until his brain simply resets. It's called the static. Across the globe, people are just stopping. They aren't dying, they're just unplugged. They stand in the middle of traffic, eyes wide open, staring at nothing. The 24/7 society is finally hitting the blue screen of death. Dave is at his desk when the person next to him, Sarah, starts barking like a walrus. She's not joking. Her brain has finally decided that being a walrus is more logical than filing another tax return. The sleeper Z has stripped away the layers of the prefrontal cortex, leaving only the chaotic, lizard brain basement. The office becomes a surrealist zoo. People are throwing printers out of windows just to see the sparks. It's beautiful in a horrifying, Adult Swim sort of way. The internet is flooded with slop now, not just AI images. but the actual thoughts of sleep-deprived lunatics being uploaded directly to the cloud. It's a digital ocean of nonsense. Dave watches a video of a stickman that looks suspiciously like him, streaming at a cloud. Wait, is that a live stream? No, it's a memory or a hallucination. The line between reality and the sleepless void has completely dissolved. Dave can't tell if he's writing this script or reading it. The infrastructure fails. Power plants go dark because the operators are too busy trying to marry their control panels. The aggressive daylight LEDs flicker and die. For the first time in a year, the sky is actually dark. Dave looks up at the stars. They look like pixels that haven't loaded yet. He feels a strange sensation in his chest. It's not a heart attack. It's a yawn, a massive, tectonic, soul-shaking yawn that threatens to rip him in half. Dave decides to do the unthinkable. He goes to a park, finds a patch of grass that hasn't been turned into a parking lot, and lies down. The productivity drones are buzzing overhead, but their batteries are dying too. They're crashing into trees like drunken flies. Dave closes his eyes. The world doesn't end. The economy doesn't explode. It just waits. He feels the coolness of the earth. He realizes that the most rebellious thing you can do in a world that never stops is to simply quit. Dave falls asleep. He dreams of a world where stickmen don't have to work 24/7. He dreams of a world where Dave isn't a brand, but a person. It's a weird dream. There are giant cats and a talking toaster that recites nihilistic poetry, but it's his. The sleepless Z is finally losing the battle. His brain is finally taking out the trash, scrubbing away the spreadsheets and the LinkedIn posts and the 4 a.m. existential dread. When he wakes up, the world is different. It's quiet. People are waking up all over the city, looking around like they've just survived a plane crash. They look older, sadder, but somehow more real. The great experiment failed. Turns out, you can't optimize the human spirit into a 24/7 revenue stream. We need the darkness. We need to disappear for a few hours just so we can handle the indignity of being awake again. Dave goes back to his apartment and throws the Sleepless Z pills in the trash. He buys a real bed, a soft one that doesn't have a USB port. He realizes that the eye slop of his life was just a symptom of a tired soul. He looks at his stickman reflection in the mirror and winks. The reflection doesn't wink back. It's too busy yawning. And for the first time in a long time, Dave is okay with that. So, what's the lesson here? Don't let a corporation convince you that your biology is a bug. Your need to rest, to dream, to do absolutely nothing is the only thing keeping you from becoming a glitching asset in someone else's portfolio. If you're watching this at 3 a.m., do yourself a favor, close the tab, put down the phone. Go hang out with your own Kevin in the dream world. He's probably less annoying than the comments section anyway. Thanks for watching Scenario Lab. If you enjoyed this descent into the sleepless abyss, hit the like button or don't. I'm not your boss. Subscribe if you want to see more of Dave's miserable existence. Now, I'm going to take a nap that lasts until the next fiscal quarter. Good night, America. Stay tired, stay human, and remember, the void is always hiring, but the benefits suck.